So let's take a seat in a cross-legged position or on the knees if that feels more comfortable. And then again, you can use any bricks to prop yourself up. Let's find your seat. So allow the spine to be nice and tall, rolling the shoulders up towards the ears and gently slide them down and back. Gently engaging the navel center, pulling it in, gently drawing it up to the lower ribs. And then think of lengthening through the back of your neck so that the chin slightly draws in. This creates a beautiful long spine here. Now allow your eyes to close and see if you can gaze up into that space between the eyebrows. So it's an inner gaze, gazing into that center point in the forehead, known as the Agya center, the sixth sense, the sixth energy center, the sensory, the extrasensory perceptive energy center. Let's allow for a nice deep inhale through the nose. And let out a big sigh through your mouth. Just letting go of any stress, any worry. And again, deep breath in. And sigh it out through your mouth. One more time, deep breath in. And sigh it out. Now begin to inhale in through the nose and out through your nose. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Use your inner eyes to visualize the breath rising up the central channel of your spine. As you breathe out, feel the downward movement of the breath. Noticing the duality within our own breath of expansion and contraction. As a human being, we are constantly doing the dance of duality, experiencing opposition, opposite values. And realizing that we need both to remain in wholeness and balance. Now begin to slow down each breath in and each breath out. Maybe breathe in anywhere between 4 to 8 counts. Learn to master the breath. Learn to master the energies in the body. Without learning how to master your breath, you cannot be a master of your mind. And if you don't know how to master your mind, then your life becomes chaotic. And we can fall into victimhood rather than being a co-creator in this life. Couple more rounds, lengthening the breath as long as you can to inhale, suspend the in-breath at the top. Just feel the fullness of the inhale, feel the pressure building, and then gently release the breath, nice and long. When you get to the bottom of the exhale, stay empty for as long as you can. Feel that spaciousness. Feel yourself dropping in as we stabilize the central nervous system. Beautiful. On your exhale, I'd like you to bring your right middle finger and index finger to that center point where you're gazing into on the forehead. Yeah, so right middle finger and index finger. Now with your right thumb, I'd like you to close your right nostril. We're taking a deep inhalation through the left nostril. Now with your ring finger, close the left nostril, open the right, breathe out nice and long through the right nostril. Now close the right nostril again, inhaling through the left. Exhaling just out of the right nostril. So what we're doing right now is we're cleansing the right energy channel. Inhale through left. Forcefully exhaling through the right. Now you can stay with the slow pace, or you can add the navel pump. So just forcefully exhaling through that left nostril. Very strong, purifying breath, balancing the left brain hemisphere and the right side of our body. Inhale left. Hold the breath. Keep the gaze strong at the third eye. Stay in. Feel the pressure building in the body. And then exhale through both nostrils. Let's switch. So with your ring finger, close the left nostril. Take an in breath through the right. Close the right. Forcefully exhale through the left. Now you can stay with the slower pace if you're not enjoying breath of fire. Otherwise, you can add the navel pump. In through right, out through left. Twenty more seconds. Continue, cleanse and activate the left channel of the body, balancing the right brain. Inhale left. Hold the breath. Master that life force. Stay in, feel the pressure building. And then gently exhale, release your hand. Breathing in normally through both nostrils, back out through both nostrils. And just notice the energetic effect of this breath, known as Nadi Sadhana, with the variation of breath of fire. Now, Jen, as you inhale, let the heart draw up. Draw your shoulders together. Lift your chin. Deep inhale through the nose. As you exhale, breathing out through the nose, rounding your spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Deepest breaths. Lifting the heart and then rounding the upper back, really opening the front of the heart and the back of the heart. Using our breath to expand the movement in our body, clearing away any energetic blockages. Also energizing the lungs. The lungs are the seat where we can hold on to sadness. Few more. And take a deep breath in, come back to center, keeping the eyes closed. Exhaling through both nostrils. And just feel the energetic effect here. Now inhale, let the heart come forward. I like you to roll your chest over to the right and then rounding the spine, coming into Sufi grind. Circular movements here with the spine. Keep your eyes closed so that you're starting to experience it on a somatic level, on an experiential level, not just on a knowing level, and really feeling the movements in the body, connecting more intimately with our breath. And go at a pace that feels right to you. Move your shoulders, move your head. Swinging the spine all the way around yourself. Notice the sit bones being rocked forward, sideways, and back. And let's reverse this, going the opposite direction. Three more great big circles here. And slowly make your way back to center. Lengthening the crown of the head to the sky, keeping the eyes rolled in and upward, and just notice the subtle shifts within. Now, as you inhale, reaching the arms out to the side, interlace the fingers and take the hands behind your head. Now, as you inhale, lift through the heart. So same movement we did earlier, but now feel that extension deepening the front of the body. As you exhale, pull the elbows in, rounding the upper back. Inhale through the nose and out through your nose. In through the nose, out through your nose. Opening up anything in the cervical spine that may be stagnant. Feel that beautiful lengthening that happens as you exhale and you come forward, chin presses into the sternum. Inhale, lift the heart as we open the front of the body. 9 more. Last 3. Now deep breath in, lift and hold. Hold the breath, give the elbows wide, lift the heart, roll the eyes in and upward, stay in, let that pressure build. Master your life force. And exhale. Gently breathing in and out through your nose. One more time, deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Let the right hand gently release to the earth. Inhale, left arm reaches up and over. Now let this arm circle. Exhale. Inhale as the arm reaches out to the side. Exhale, let it come across. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, now lift tall, reaching through the crown, left hand to the earth. Inhale, right arm reaches up and over. Exhale, keep both sit bones glued on the earth. 3 more times, opening the side body here. One more great big circle. Beautiful, gently come through center and we'll make our way into tabletop position. So you can either rock forward over the knees or you can come to your side. If you like to use bricks throughout your practice, place them gently to the top of your mat. Now let's make our way into the knees and onto our hands. Now hands are directly beneath the shoulders. Knees are directly beneath your hips, and just begin to rock your hips side to side here. Loosening up the lumbar region of the spine. And I'd like you to draw your hips back. Let your head drop in between the arms. And as you inhale, come forward. Leaning the shoulders slightly forward over your fingers. And then exhale, rocking back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. 3 more. Inhale and exhale. So deepest breaths, deepest exhale. So you should not be going Speedy Gonzalez. Nice and slow breaths in and out, rocking energy forward and back. Good. One more time. And exhale. Beautiful. Now inhale, come back up. Bring your knees together. Exhale, sit back into your heels, let the head drop. And as you inhale, come back to table. Now extend your right leg back, reaching the left arm forward. Keep your gaze down. Feel that balance, draw the navel in. Good, and as you exhale, drop your knee in your hand, sit back into that child's pose, knees tight together. Inhale, come back up. Other leg lifts, right arm, left leg. Good, and as you exhale, sit back. So we'll alternate. Now it's pretty steady movement here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale as you extend. Exhale as you sit back. Activating our core. Activating the solar plexus, the seat of your inner fire. According to Ayurveda, this is the oldest healing modality in the world that we know of. They say that just a fire is the most important thing in your body. It regulates body temperature. It allows you to transform nutrients into building blocks for the body. Keep going. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, reach long through those arms and your feet, your toes and your fingers. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. Inhale, exhale. If it's too fast for you, slow it down. Good. Sending that leg back. Arm reaches forward. Holding that navel into the spine as you extend. Good. 6 more. Last one. Beautiful. Sit back in your child's pose. Knees tight together. Let your head relax between your arms. Breathing in deeply through the nose. Beautiful. Lifting the head. Let your gaze come forward. Like you to draw your forearms to the floor. So elbows are right underneath your shoulders. Now take your knees a little bit apart. So there's a little bit of space between the knees. Now tuck your toes under. As you inhale, press your belly down. Now slide your heart through. Now look to the horizon. Jet your chin forward. Feel the throat stretching. Now as you exhale, pull your navel in. Round the upper back. Feel the shoulder blades separating. And then inhale, drop your belly, look forward. Exhale, contract. Inhale, belly drops, heart gazes forward. Exhale, contract through the navel. Continue at your own pace here. You feel some feedback in your body. Maybe you like to hang where you feel some feedback. Just hold it for a moment. And then you continue. Let's do 2 more together here. Once more. Beautiful. Slowly inhale. Coming back to neutral, climbing up onto the hands. Coming into cat and cow here. Inhale, lift through your heart. Look up towards your eyebrows. As you exhale, soften your elbows, rounding your spine as much as you can. Go at your own pace here. Warming up the spine. Preparing the body for asana, for yogic postures. Beautiful. The next time as you inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze, prepare to move into your first downward dog. As you exhale, lift your knees, go slowly into it. Start to paddle out the feet here. Start to feel some feedback in the back of the calves, the back of the thighs. Hands are shoulder width apart. Nice deep breaths in and out here. When you feel ready, just let both heels get heavy. See if they can melt towards the earth, but don't push them down. Just let the heels get heavy. Mine are not touching the floor, and that's not the aim here. The aim here is to let the feet, the heels get heavy. As you're lifting your tail active in your arms and into the serratus anterior, which are the muscles along the side of your ribs. Now let your gaze come forward to the hands. Step or hop your feet forward or walk your feet up to the top of the mat and let your body fold here in Uttanasana. Nice deep breaths in and out. Good. Now as you inhale, lift to a half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Circle sweep the arms all the way to standing. Reaching the arms overhead, and as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, circle sweep the arms down and up. I like you to interlace the first three fingers. This is known as Prakash Mudra. Prakash means light. So squeezing the arms against the side of your body. Now leaning to the right side. Really press into that left heel. Good. As you inhale, come through center. Exhale, leaning in towards the left side. Inhale back through center. Let's do that one more time. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, leaning to the left. Inhale, come through center. As you exhale, I'd like you to step your feet wide. Good. Coming into goddess posture. Pull the navel in, sinking deeper into the legs. Good. As you inhale, extend to a 5-star, lift your gaze. As you exhale, pull your elbows down, sink into your squat. Inhale and exhale. 3 more. Straightening the legs out. Let that right heel lift, left toes out to the side. I'd like you to come into Virabhadrasana 2 here. Reaching through the arms. Deep breaths in and out. Make sure the back hip is not higher than that front hip. Keep your hips square. Good. As you inhale, lift through the crown. As you exhale, slide your body over that half wall. Let the left elbow rest on your thigh and allow the right arm to frame the side of your face here. Feeling that side angle pose here. Keeping that back leg strong. Let the heart pivot up towards the sky. Feel long lines here through the right side of your body. Reaching through your right fingers, long right arm, through the right side of the ribs, into the leg. Good. Now as you exhale, let that top arm circle in front of your face. Pull yourself back to Vira 2. Deep breath in here. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Now pivot your hips back to the front of your mat. Lift that back heel. Exhale, bring your hands to bricks or on the floor. Runner's lunge here. Now little pulsation here. Inhale through the navel, exhale, drop the hips. Gentle pulsation. Good, 3 more. Use your core, pull the navel in, exhale, relax the hips. Good, on your next exhale, let that right knee catch the floor, move back into half splits, lift the front toes. Do not sit back in your heels. Keep your heart elevated and try to pull those toes as much towards yourself as you can. Watch out that the foot doesn't start to fall out to the side. Keep the toes straight up to the sky. Three more breaths here. Keep holding that left hip in and back. Keep reaching the heart forward. One more deep inhale and exhale. Good. Gently as you exhale, lean forward. Bring your hands to the floor and slide that left leg back into a pointer. Press through the ball of the foot here. Now make sure your hips are square. Belly draws in, hands are shoulder width apart. Now as you exhale, bend your elbows and let your forehead touch the ground and your leg just lifts automatically. Do not force it higher. Inhale, push the floor away, come back to neutral. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good, stay strong in your body, 9 more. Use the breath, slow, easy, and steady. Three more. Last one, stay up. Cross the left leg over your right. So make sure your hips stay square to the front. And as you exhale, look back over your right shoulder towards your left heel. Feel that beautiful stretch. Slowly inhale, come back through center. Pick up that back left leg again. And as you exhale, round your spine, pull the knee through. Grab it with your hand and step it back forward. Good, sweeping the arms overhead here, low crescent lunge. Left leg is in front, right leg is back. Breathing deeply here, lift your gaze. Freeing the psoas muscle on the right, hip flexors, opening the belly. Good, as you exhale, release the hands. Frame the front foot, curl the back right toes under. Now walk your hands over towards the right side. So you're back in a wide-legged position now, but let your body fold. Let out a sigh. Now really pay attention to your feet, rooting the 4 corners of the feet into the ground. Feel the energy lifting out of the earth into the legs and then spinning that energy from your hips towards the sky. Deepening that sensation in the glutes and the upper hamstrings. Need the support of the bricks, please use it, especially if your legs are really talking back to you a lot. With the pandemic, many of us have been sitting more, not been as active, so we can feel that in the body. Good, now slowly on your next breath in, start to flow the chest up. I'd like you to come up onto your fingertips. If that doesn't feel good in your hands, use the bricks and you can place them flat on top of the bricks. Now stay active in your core. Don't collapse through your shoulders. Here I'm collapse. Now actively push away. Shoulder blades fan apart. Draw your navel in. And as you exhale, come into that right knee. Squeeze that right knee open. Good, as you inhale, come through center, exhale into that left knee. We'll do that a few more times, just transferring the weight from right to left. Go at a pace that feels soothing to you. Remember, this is a slow flow class, so really working with the breath in sync with their movements. And as you continue your yogic practice, you'll find that instead of going faster, your practice begins to slow down. And this is a great sign that you're mastering your life force more. After class, you might want to try and just see how many times a minute that you're breathing in. A yogi breathes anywhere between 3 to 4 breaths. Very advanced yogis can do 1 breath a minute. But the average human being breathes anywhere from 12 to 15 times a minute. Way too many times. Good. Now come into your left knee, like you will look to the back of your mat. Slowly walk your hands that way. Turn and pivot. So we're making our way into runner's lunge on the other side now. Your right leg is in front. Make sure your hips are square. Either fingertips to the floor or on the bricks. Now start that pulsation. Inhale, coil a little bit, round the upper back, and then exhale, dropping your hips down. Just like you're stretching out a tight, let the back knee drop to the earth. Come into half splits here. Pull the toes towards you. Keep your chest lifted. If you need to do a micro bend in that knee, if it's really too intense, that hamstring stretch, soften your knee and just really allow the breath to move into the space where there's feedback. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale and exhale here. Now slowly as you exhale, move forward into that runner's lunge. Bring your hands to the floor. Slide your right leg back into that pointer. Sparkling the toes. Keep your hips square. Hands are shoulder width apart or a little bit wider if that feels better in your wrist or your hands. So inhale here. You push the floor away. As you exhale, forehead down. Inhale, then exhale. Inhale, exhale. Nine more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good job. Keep going. Moving the prana in the body, strengthening our muscles, strengthening not only our physical body, our mental, but also our energetic body. Good. Three more. Inhale, stay at the top, crossing that right leg over the left. Inhale, press into the hands. Exhale, look back over your right shoulder, left shoulder to your right heel. Slowly inhale, come back through center, picking up that right leg. And as you exhale, coil your belly in. Pull the knee to the heart. You may be able to swing the leg through. If not, grab it with your hand and pull it through. Fingertips to the floor or on the bricks, feeling that lunge here. Breathing deeply. Now where your big toe is, on the left, drop your heel. Bring your right forearm towards your thigh and open yourself up into side angle pose. Reverse it on the other side. Spin your heart towards the sky. Strong legs. Very good. Now slowly as you exhale, let that top arm circle. Pulling back into that Virabhadrasana 2. Stay strong. Reaching through your fingers. Lengthening through the crown. Beautiful. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Straightening that front right leg out. Turn the right foot to the side. So now you're facing the side of your mat, turning your heels in and toes out. Come back into yogic squat. Let your hands rest open on top of the thighs here. Navel draws in. 3-part inhalation through the nose. Fill up all the way, and then you turn your palms down. 3-part exhalation through your mouth. And then the last breath out, you empty completely, go as deep as you can in your legs, crossing your arms. Repeat, 3-part breath in through nose. Pranifying the body. Three more. Beautiful. Stand tall. Receptivity pose, palms facing up. Breathing deeply. Feel your heart pounding a little bit more in the chest. Good, one more deep breath in and out here. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Good, as you exhale, sink back into goddess posture. Good, stay here, arms are wide open. Chest is open. Don't collapse through your low back. Thread the navel in and up as if it's pulling up to your lower ribs. We call this Uddiyana Bandha, flying navel walk. Good. Stay strong. Sinking a little deeper. Access your inner power. Strong drishti. Drishti means gaze is to the front of the room. Very good. One more deep breath in and out. You can do it. Slowly as you exhale, extending the legs, arms fly down. Turn your feet back parallel, shoulders roll down and back. Place your hands on the iliac crest here. Soften your knees. Now it's like someone's pulling a string from the crown of your tailbone. One is pulling back, one is pulling forward. Hinge until your spine is parallel to the earth. Now again, draw that navel in. Arms fly wide. Same thing, flying to the right and then shifting to the left. Now keeping both feet solidly planted on the earth and start to shift your weight. Shifting your weight. Keep reaching through your fingers as you glide your body as if you're skating. Good. Strong legs. Use the breath. 6 more. Keep moving side to side. Almost there. Stay committed in your core. Don't collapse. One more time, right and left. Good. Now come center, soften your knees. Let your body fold here. Take your feet a little bit wider so that your crown of the head can almost touch the floor. Some of you may be able to press it down to the ground. If the crown of your head is making contact with the floor, you can reach the arms to the sky, interlace your fingers, and begin to hug the shoulders together and let the arms fall forward. Nice deep shoulder stretch. Beautiful. Slowly release the hands back to your low back, down to the earth. And then inhale, float the torso up. Grab your bricks if they're on the other side of your mat. And I'd like you to walk your hands back to the top of your mat so that the left foot is in front. Good. As you exhale, drop your right knee to the floor. Take the front foot back. I'd like you to take the child's pose again. Knees together. Hands are out in front. Let your head relax. And just nice deep breaths in and out here. You'll feel some pressure in your chest. As you try to expand, you feel some tension there. Learn to expand through the back of your body. Wonderful. Now, so as you inhale, lift your head, look forward to your hands. I'd like you to come back up into that tabletop position, but take your knees a little bit apart, not too far. Hands are right on your shoulders. Now, I'd like you to draw back again as you exhale. And as you inhale, this is going to be challenging. Leaning to your left hand and your left knee. You're reaching your right arm and right leg. Notice how much harder this is. Make sure you're not opening your hip this way, keeping it square. And as you exhale, sit back. Now inhale, left arm, left leg. And exhale, sit back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale Inhale. So it's a little bit more challenging. If you fall out of it a little bit, that's okay. Go slowly. If you go too fast, you'll lose your balance. Really work on lengthening away from your waist. Strengthening our core. Strengthening our resolve. When you have a strong core, you have strong point of views, you have a strong center. So when the waves of life crash down on you, you don't flop over like a fish out of the water. No, you stay in the center. And you're fluid enough that when you get thrown over, you graciously come back up into your center. You never lose your center. That's a great sign of adaptability and resiliency within you. And these are the times right now that is asking us to be adaptable and resilient by having a strong center. Know who you are. What do you believe in? What makes you tick? What makes you happy? Keep going. 6 more. Use the breath. Two more. I know you can do this. Beautiful. And sit back in your child's pose, knees together, let the head relax. Breathing deeply. Slowly inhale. Lift the forehead. I'd like you to bring your forearms back to the floor. Take your knees a little bit apart. So it's about a fist width away between your knees. Curl your toes under. And again, inhale. Belly pushes down. Heart radiates forward. Chin jets out. Feel the throat stretching. Exhale. Begin to pull the navel in. Now lift your knees as you make your way to dolphin posture. Feel that deep stretch here. Pulling the navel in and up. Strengthening our shoulders. 2 more breaths here. Feel free to pedal out the feet if you like. And then very slowly as you exhale, float your knees back to the earth. And as you inhale, heart jets forward, look up to your third eye. And as you exhale, float back into your dolphin. We'll do this 3 more times. Go at your own pace. Use your core to align those knees gently. Exhale, send your hips to the sky. Good. Last time, stay here in your dolphin posture. 2 breaths. Good. So as you exhale, let your knees melt down to the earth. Gently climbing back up onto the hands. Move your tailbone from side to side. Take a deep breath in, lift through your heart. And as you exhale, draw back into your downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet here. Let out a sigh. Let your gaze come forward to the hands. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Make your way into Dandasana, forward fold. Maybe you're able to straighten your legs out a little bit more. Inhale, lift to a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse one dive, climb all the way into your standing posture, Urdhva Hastasana, extended mountain, hands back to the heart. So you can keep your eyes closed right now and just feel, notice. And let the hands come to the side of your body. Let your eyes open. Rock your body slightly forward and back. Just trying to feel the center of your body. Good, now lean a little bit more of your weight into that left leg. Start to lift that right heel off the floor as we come to tree pose. Either foot at the ankle or calf. Some of you like to grab your foot and place it a little bit higher. Really squeeze the heel against the inside of the left inner thigh. Let that right knee push down and away from your body. So you can lift your ribs a little further away from your waist. Hands can be at the heart or take them overhead. Choose the variation that you enjoy, that gives you balance. So while you're here, bring your awareness back to your navel. Feel the navel pulling in, threading it up to the lower ribs. Find your center so that when that wave hits you, momentarily you're off center, but you know how to bring yourself back into balance within seconds. Beautiful, couple more breaths here. Some of you have really strong balance. You can start to challenge yourself by lifting your gaze up a little bit higher. What you're doing here is your gaze is up, your awareness is here, but some of your awareness stays here at the center. So you can be in two places at the same time. Good, as you exhale, bring your hands slowly back to your heart. Bring your gaze back to the front if it was up, and slowly release your right leg. And I can just shake out your hands and your feet. Just let go of any rigidity. Sometimes when we're doing balances, all the muscles are really working hard, contracting. We don't want to get crampy. Good. And then come back into your mountain, rock forward and back again. Find that center in your body. And we'll try it on the other side. So I'd like you to lean more into your right leg so that you can lift that left foot, either at the ankle or the calf, or you can grab that left foot and place it up as high as you comfortably can. Really press your heel firmly against the right inner thigh. Let that knee drop down. And then as you press your knee down and away, lift up through the crown. Maybe take your hands in a different direction. You can take the hands behind you in reverse prayer, or just clasp the hands behind your body. If you had your arms at the heart, you can bring them up now, but just choose a different variation. If you gazed up before, you can start to gaze down. Remember, as your awareness goes somewhere else, some of your awareness remains at the navel center. Very good. Couple more breaths. Mastering your body, mastering your life force, mastering your mind equals mastering your life. You become master of self. That's when the fun starts. Good. Slowly bring your gaze back to the front. Bring your hands back to the heart. Take your time. No rush. Slowly let that left knee float forward. Let that left foot come down to the floor. And again, just shake out your hands and your feet. I'd like you to bring your feet directly back underneath your hips. Bring your hands to your thighs. Let's come into Utkatasana as we slowly transition to the floor. As we know, an hour goes by like that. Some of you may have noticed that since 2012, time seems to go up, seems to go faster and faster. This is not an illusion. It's apparently really happening. And time seems to go faster. So let's send those hips back. Feel the work in the legs. Stay connected to your center. When you stay connected to your center, you can overcome any obstacle by realizing that everything is just a fluctuation, like a surfer. Right now we're in rough seas, but we always know that after the rough seas, calm seas are upon us. Good. Now as you exhale, let your belly drop to your thighs, lifting your hips, let your body fold. Inhale, lift to a half lift. Now I'd like you to turn your toes slightly out. Maybe TikTok them just a little bit wider. And I'd like you to start dropping your hips. If you feel congested, take your feet a little wider. Keep dropping your hips and start to lift your right heel. And then swing your hips to the left, lifting your left heel. And so we're just gently dropping in here into that Hindi squat, which is a lovely hip opener. Also great for the low back. Hips are so interconnected with the sacrum area, the low spine. Good. Now I'd like you to reach for your bricks, unless you want to go into full Hindi squat. But I invite you to take the option where you can kind of relax into it. So drop your sit bones onto the brick. Good. And then let your heels firmly touch the ground, spreading the toes on the floor. Use your elbows to press the inner knees out and lift through your heart. Hips here, as if someone's pulling a string from the crown of your head and at the same time pulling from your tailbone down towards the ground. Feeling the opposite poles in our body of earth and sky. The negative pole, not in the sense as negative of being bad, but in terms of physics, negative pole is at the base of the spine. The positive pole is at the top. So when we do those breaths, alternating breaths of cleansing the right channel and the left channel, what happens is where the negative and the positive make connection, and then this creates a spark. According to the yogic philosophy, when that spark happens, this is when we can awaken our highest potential within us, awakening the Shakti. It's like turning on a light. Yeah, an electrical spark happens and the light gets ignited. Good. 3 more breaths here. Keep lifting through the crowns. Slide those shoulders down and back. Squeeze your knees a little bit more open. Go a little bit deeper. Awesome. And then slowly exhale. Let your hands come down to the floor. Notice how you feel the stretch now through your low back, mid back. Use the back of your arms to still support the inner thighs here and your knees. Let your head bow in and just feel the stretch here. 3 breaths here. Now keep lengthening through the crown. We don't want to round too much or contract in. We want to create space between each vertebrae as we hover forward. Good. 1 more deep breath in and out. Fantastic. Now walk your hands forward so you can transfer the weight into the toes so you can lift your hips away. Turn your feet parallel, let your body fold. Beautiful. Bring 1 knee to the floor and then the other knee. And I'd like you to take a seat onto the ground and slide your legs out in front of you for Dandasana. Flexing your feet here and then rock your hips side to side. Now let the arms reach up and over. Good. As you exhale, let your heart come forward. Either grab your toes or your ankles. Now, if you're really tight, place some bricks underneath your thighs here so that you feel supported. Good. And again, you might feel this in the low back, in your glutes. But see if you can walk your ribcage a little further down your thighs and then let your head melt in. You may be able to straighten your legs out or one at a time. Deepening that stretch. So this is not so much about the legs. This is more about your back, stretching out the back and the glutes. Wonderful. Slowly as you inhale, lift and rise, I'd like you to soften your knees. Bring your feet back to the floor and scoot your hips forward. And I'd like you to roll your spine down 1 vertebrae at a time, pulling those knees into your chest and gently rocking your body from side to side. Wonderful. Now let your feet both fall to the floor. And I'd like you to lift your hips a little bit off the ground here and then swing them to the left side of your mat. Let both knees drop to the right side now. Now you can stack your knees together. Make sure that opposite shoulder blade remains on the floor. Now, some of you may like to go a little deeper. Maybe you like to extend that top leg, holding on to the toe. You can also use your bricks and placing that top leg on top of that brick to support it higher up. Or if you're close by a coffee table, you can place it on the coffee table. You can get very creative. 3 more breaths here as we feel this beautiful, deep spiral and twist in the back. One more deep breath in and out. Wonderful. Now let the head come center. The leg that's straight, bend it, and then slowly lift that top knee up. Let the foot come to the floor, bottom knee floats up. Square your hips and let out a big sigh. Wonderful. Let's try the other side. So lifting your hips, walking them to the right side. Let both knees fall now in the opposite direction. Make sure the opposite shoulder blade remains on the floor. So you can stay here. If you're getting a deep stretch with the knees together, feel free to stay here, or you can extend that leg, place it on a brick, or if you're near the couch, you can place it on top of the couch or coffee table, just to support that top leg. 3 more breaths here. If there's a lot of tension in your spine, make sure you sigh out through your mouth. Wonderful. Slowly bring your head back center. If the top right leg is straight, bend the knee, let it come back on top of your bottom left leg. And then let the right knee float up. The right foot comes to the floor, lifting that left knee. And then squaring your hips back onto the ground. Let out a sigh here. And let both knees fall open. Bring the soles of your feet together. Bound angle pose. Let the hands relax on your navel center or on the inner thighs. We'll stay here 6 breaths. Beautiful hip opener as well. When the feet remain together, this allows for the prana to continue to circulate throughout the body. You lose a lot of prana through your feet, through the extremities of our body, and through the gates of the senses. This is all through which we can leak prana. Now feel free to stay here in your shavasana, or you can straighten the legs out. We'll just stay here for a few minutes, just to integrate the practice in our body and our mind. Really feel the experience of yoga in your body, in your entire being. Feel the expansion that's happening from within. And you really start to think about the boundaries. You realize that the physical boundaries are really an illusion, that energetically you feel part of all that which is around you and surrounds you. I realize that we're all interconnected through breath, through energy. Now very slowly on your next inhalation, Allow the toes to gently move and your fingers. And then take another deep inhale. Let the arms lift overhead, lifting the back of the ribs away. Span your toes apart and your fingers lift the back of the ribs away. And as you exhale, hug one knee at a time into your chest. Give yourself a well-deserved hug here, gently rocking your body from side to side. And then allow yourself to roll to one side into a fetal position and stay there for a few breaths. And then when you feel ready, allow yourself to come on up into a seated posture. This is how we begin our practice this morning. Spine is tall, shoulders are down and back. Allow your eyes to roll in and outward one more time. Really connecting with the seat of higher intuition. The gut is your first brain. Then your heart is the second. Then the third brain is at the third eye. Refining our perception. The more we elevate our energy, the finer our perception, the clearer we see things. The more we can see the truth, the more we can use our discernment, which is like a sword that cuts away all the falsities, all the conspiracies. And so you can be anchored into your own inner knowingness, what is right for you. And then the true strength is by not being lured into reacting to those who are spreading falsities and conspiracies, including myself. I feel like a fishhook luring me to say, can't you see the truth? Right? But we have to be careful with that, because in our righteousness, we can also do harm. So sometimes it's just stay with your own inner knowingness, stay the course. Let's bring our hands to our heart. Let your head bow in. And I'd like you to just take a moment to allow an attention to rise. As we find ourselves in the first day of the stay-home order, allow an attention to rise for these next 28 days. What are you promising yourself to do or to uphold? If there's a tendency to slip into victimhood or feeling sorry for yourself, what are you going to do to help uplift yourself? Maybe doing a yoga class every day and commit to that. Seal it in your heart. Pay attention to that intention as often as you can. The law of nature is what you give attention to shall grow and flourish. So let's take a deep inhale, expand from your heart. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. We'll take an inhale as our hands reach out, and then we'll chant together as the hands come back to the heart. Inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. The light in me bows and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. We'll see each other again. Stay the course. Together we can ride the waves of challenges.